Hey, what's going on, everyone? Enderman here. Welcome back to the Mineoholic server. This is episode number 11, and today we are going to, I'm going to show you, a little time-lapse kind of thing of how we finished off the Enderman farm. If you remember last episode, the episode before that, we defeated the Ender Dragon, and the last episode, we started working on building an Enderman farm. So we got pillared all the way out there to, 200 plus blocks away, and made a little platform. And I told you that I was going to make a circular style Enderman farm. I had this idea to do something just a little bit different than the average, everyday, normal, the one like you always see, rectangle, Enderman farm. So just trying to finish up the bottom room here, which is going to eventually contain a beacon whenever we decide to go back to the nether and try to find some wither skeletons. It's not easy to get 3 skeletons, it's sad to say, but yeah, we are going to put a beacon here, and by then we should have plenty of iron from the witch hut project. And we'll have an enchantment table down there, and some anvils, and probably some more storage chests, and things of that nature. Now, we've got this room built, and as you can see, I went back to my house because I decided to use some of the mossy and the cracked stone brick that I got from the stronghold and decorate the roof. So it's something a little different, so it's just not all stone brick. And what we're going to do now is we're going to start working on the towers. And, I kind of have this idea of what I wanted to do. And some of the stuff I came up with on the fly. But I did know that I want these 4 edges that are 7 blocks wide to be the spots where the Endermen come down. So there's kind of like 4 little sections. You don't have to run all the way up and down and around this thing. You could just kind of just look back and forth and just, hit all the Endermen. So what we're going to do is we're going to put up some staircases here right now in front, because I just want to, do something a little different right here on the edge. And also build a staircase up because, obviously I don't want this thing outside where you have to go outside to go up into this, up to the towers. So we're going to put a staircase up and use the staircases on the front edge of the towers. So just trying to figure out in my head where I want this thing, because, I could put a ladder, which would save space, but, it's going to look kind of cheesy. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of ladders, I guess. And I don't really want to put a staircase because it's kind of going to eat up a lot of room. So and you go back and forth, and I don't know which one I want to do. So we'll just see how it goes. I mean, for right now, I'll just put one right here. And, hell, I might change my mind somewhere down the road. But, yeah, we'll just see how it goes. And the reason why, too, I don't know if you noticed, when I was putting the the mossy and the cracked stone brick, that I skipped, there's an airspace in between the floor and the ceiling. And the reason for that is because I already know that I want to use some redstone lamps, which means I'll need to be able to put a torch underneath it to light it up. So I'm going to need that airspace anyways. And, it just kind of, it all worked out. And, yeah, Jaybull was helping me. Luckily, I pulled an all-nighter. I wasn't originally going to plan on doing this in one day. But, yeah, Jaybull, he's from Australia. So his days are my nights and my nights are his days. So, it's rare that we get to be on here at the same exact time. And it was this past weekend that we did this, and I stayed up all night long and just plowed through and said I wanted to get this done. I don't know. That's what's funny and addictive about this game is you just don't get to a stopping point that that you're pleased with is probably the easiest way to put it. Um, you know, let's say you're playing a video game or something like that, not online, but just, like a campaign mode or something like that. Well, obviously, after you finish a level, you'd be like, okay, I'm at a stopping point. Let me stop for the night and go to bed. Well, Minecraft, you just, oh my God, it's so, there's never a good stopping point. It seems like there's always something to do. And yeah, I just went all through the night. And I think before it was said and done, he's like, what time is it over there? I think it's 7 a.m. And I look over my shoulder and the sun's coming up. I'm like, God, I got to go to bed. Oh, but, it paid off. I mean, we knocked this thing out, and we actually, right now to this day, we don't have all 4 towers done. We do have 2 towers done, and you'll see it a little later on in the episode. But yeah, the problem was slime balls. We didn't have any slime balls, which I'm kicking myself in the head because if you remember looking in the past videos of the Witch Hut project, obviously I've got it set so that it's daytime all the time, so that we're not having to constantly worry about going back and forth to bed and, changing it to day to night or whatever. Yeah, and I went ahead and with the new update, they added a game rule where you can turn on or off the daylight cycle. So I went ahead and did that, and it's always daytime. The sun's straight up in the air all the time. I don't have to worry about the mobs spawning. Now, they do spawn in the caves below, and they do walk out to come get you because, a zombie don't give a shit if the sun's out anymore. He's going to come out there and say hello. So, yeah, we got the daylight cycle turned off, and anyways, the slimes are spawning, from, obviously there's slime chunks there in the witch project. So what happened is that there were so many slimes and ocelots everywhere that it was just so annoying to work. And it got to the point where there were literally, I'm not joking, and Jaybull and Draining Clips and anybody else on the server can verify this, but especially Jaybull and Draining can verify this for me. There were over 500 ocelots down in the Witch Farm project, and down there in that big hole. And it was so strenuous on the server and just an annoyance for us because they were everywhere. And oop, got a message. It was such an annoyance that I had to figure out a way to get rid of them. And the only alternative that I found with talking with some people was to unfortunately install Essentials plugin, which has an option on it to turn on or off every mob spawn. So I did that, so now we don't have any more ocelots running around. There still is a few, but I put all these half slab down with Dude 123. Me and him were in here digging one day, and we had cats and slimes everywhere. And I said, wow, this is really annoying. I said, we should put half slabs down. He's like, okay, let's do it. So we went up there and we cooked up about 6,000 half slabs, and him and I laid them all down. And that's what we did for the day. And I kind of kicking myself in the ass now because I should have just left the slimes there and went and killed them and collected the slime balls, because I only had probably, I don't know, maybe 2.5 stacks total. I mean, between what I had at home and what I had already there was only like 2.5 stacks of slime balls. So I didn't even have enough to do all 4 of these towers. And what we decided on was to put, there's going to be 64 pistons in each tower. It works out mathematically with the 4 towers, 7 blocks wide. I think you can go 9 layers, and or something like that. And anyways, it just worked out mathematically perfect. So yeah, we're gonna use 64, and only had enough to make 2 full stacks of sticky pistons and repeaters and pressure plates and stuff. So that's all I'm doing. I'm doing one, and Jay's over there doing the other one. Right now we're working on building these, connecting the 2 towers. And I was trying to think of something different instead of just doing stone bricks. So I was like, tossing the idea around with the cobble fences and stuff, because we got plenty of cobble, and putting some lava up there just for, aesthetic purposes to, give a little bit of light and give a little bit of contrast from the gray walls. And we're going to put water on the, we'll put a glass ceiling and then top it off with water, so that'll keep the Enderman from teleporting out of the little holding cell there, and they won't go everywhere, and so on and so forth. And I think it'll look real good. So here is me showing Jay how I am laying out the pistons and how you build up and tower up. And he was asking about the buttons and the vines, and that's to reset the fall height for the Endermen that fall off, like the upper layers, because they have to fall 43 blocks to be brought down to a one-hit kill. And obviously the ones up top would fall down and naturally die. The lowest piston area is at 44 blocks or something like that, and I just came up one, and so they'll get kicked off, and as soon as they get kicked off, they'll go through the reset station with the vines and the buttons and stuff, and everybody will fall at the 43rd block height. And we are running out of stone brick. So that was the end of me recording while we were building, because we took a break. Hammy came on, was another guy on the server, and we brought him over here and showed him some stuff. And I came on the next day and met Admiral, and he's someone that I had come on the server, but he hadn't been on here yet because he was doing some other videos and things like that. So he came on, and I was giving him the tour, and I gave him some iron to make some armor and things like that I had, and showed him the witch farm, and decided, because I came on just to show you the finished product of the Enderman farm, and decided that he was along with me. So I'm just showing him everything. And like I said, we just got these 2 towers done. We need to finish the other 2 towers, and as soon as I get some more slime balls, I've already got the pistons made. I just need to add a slime ball to make a sticky piston, and we'll be all done. So got a good place for XP, and each little section's got 4 chests, and they're all perfectly, sitting in front of a 2-block wide wall, and got some redstone lamps like I wanted, and looks like Jaybull added some furnaces and benches here in the center. And yeah, we'll get the beacon going and the enchantment table. Or actually, no, I think they already got the enchantment table down. I told Jay that I had some books at my house from the Stronghold library, so we're getting there, and it looks great, fantastic. I love it. I mean, everybody on the server thinks it's awesome, and I'm really pleased with it. It turned out, almost better than expected. I really like the lava coming down on the sides and the glass roof, and you can see up. And if I can think about it, next time I'll have to break the glass and get up there and show you where I crisscrossed and made it a center hole where the beam of light will go through, and I got vines coming down, so it'll come all the way down to the water, and it'll look real neat. Alright guys, well, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like the video and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And stay tuned for the next episode, and we will see you guys then. Take care.